Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. I'm going to start with this. Breaking. U.S. investigators subpoena hedge funds in Binance money laundering probe. John Deaton, who represents XRP holders as a friend of the court in the SEC case against Ripple, suspects that the SEC will sue Binance US. Now, I feel that the SEC will most likely give Binance a massive fine. They'll pay it and everything will move forward. But people inside of the crypto space keep cheering for Binance to fall. Why would you ever do that? It's like standing on a bridge and hoping the bridge collapses. Because if Binance was to crash out, it would take a long time for crypto to bounce back. Breaking. Department of Justice officially seizes over $456 million worth of Robinhood shares tied to FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried. So they finally seized his money. The U.S. government has called for those who think they are affected by Sam Bankman-Fried's crimes to get in touch with the prosecutors in order to verify if they are victims. And you see it here. So prosecutors want to protect Sam Bankman-Fried's victims' rights. The rights include reasonable protection from the accused, timely, accurate, and reasonable notice of public court proceedings, right to be reasonably heard at any public proceedings, right to full and timely restitution, right to proceedings fees from delay, etc. Besides that, the prosecutor has launched a website for FTX victims to communicate with the prosecution team. The prosecutors had asked the court if they could notify victims via the website instead of contacting them individually. FTX's collapse victims could be over 1 million, and it could be almost impossible to contact them all via mail. And that's what you want to do. If you were affected by this, you definitely want to get on board and make sure you get some sort of restitution from Sam Bankman-Fried. So movies, TV series will be ready around Christmas just in time for the holidays. I can't wait to check some of those out. It's going to be TV shows based on FTX and what happened with the whole fall of FTX. Some of that should be pretty interesting. SEC spin doctors trying to hide crypto regulation disaster. So they're trying to spin it now like Gary was trying to do the right thing around Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX, but we know better. We know about the calls that were happening. We know about the meetings that were happening with people like George Soros and Hillary Clinton and Nancy Pelosi. We know the whole thing was tied to money laundering as far as FTX, and it all leads back to the SEC and Gary Gensler giving FTX a free pass. Here's what the crypto law founder John Deaton has to say regarding the XRP case. XRP is likely to be the only clarity for the next 2 years. So if XRP was to get regulatory clarity, it will be the only crypto with that clarity for at least 2 years moving forward. Think about that. Now, that doesn't mean that the other ISO coins will not move up in value. I still believe XLM will take off when XRP does, as well as XDC. Most likely QNT will skyrocket in price as well, because they're all based around that new financial system, Algo, IOTA, HBAR, Casper, the utility-driven cryptocurrencies. If the crypto doesn't have utility, though, I think it'll lag behind. XRP is bullish in the eyes of the crowd. Even though the case is going on right now, people are still bullish around XRP. Even if the price doesn't move, they're still bullish. You know why? Because we're all awaiting the same thing. We're waiting for that judge to hand down a verdict, a win for Ripple. If that was to happen, we know for a fact the price is absolutely going to change very fast. We're going to see XRP soar past $10, in my opinion. In the meantime, in the U.S., we have elected officials like Brad Sherman, Warren, and Senator Sherrod Brown talking about banning these assets instead of fostering adoption. You know, there is a way to foster innovation while still protecting the public from fraud. You can do both. And we see here the Legislative Council of Hong Kong passed legislation that will soon open up virtual assets to retail investors, and local financial services are lining up for licensing approval. So if other countries can offer crypto to retail investors like me and you, Why is the US trying to cut us out? I believe it's because they're on board with the big banks, and the institutional money wants retail out of crypto for good. And I hope somebody regulates crypto in the right way. Former Fed Chair Alan Greenspan, crypto is too dependent on the greater fool theory to be a desirable investment. Yet all of us invest in crypto. And we've been investing long before anything even happened inside of crypto, such as the FTX fall, the massive Luna crash. Sure, there was other things that happened, but we continue to hold through it all. You know why? Because we still have that dream ahead of us, that vision to see XRP giving us that life-changing money at some point. And all these people say this around crypto when crypto is at its worst. But what comes next? All of a sudden, when those green candles start popping off, we were wrong about crypto. Crypto is one of the greatest investments you can make. Wait till you see Jim Cramer change his tune. Are you a surface dweller that absorbs the mainstream media to form your opinion? Or are you a deep thinking, deep diver who digs for the real news under the surface of the narrative? And when you take a look at this, you see they have you fighting each other instead of the system that enslaves you. And then you take a look at this. Blockchain is hype based, has no use case, worthless fraud. The tokens that MSM talks about are overhyped garbage to distract citizens from the 1% that the ecosystem that are changing the world. And they always try to push the narrative that crypto's bad. They want to hit you with all the political garbage that's going on a daily basis on all the mainstream media news to keep you distracted from what's coming. But because we're in crypto, we see through all of it. We know crypto is here for the long term. We know the investments we made are eventually going to enrich all of us. 95% of Americans are not allowed by law to invest in startups. Only high income and high net worth accredited investors are entitled to do so. But you can buy lottery tickets all you want or go to Las Vegas to gamble. Think about that. And it's crazy that we can't invest in startups. And why is it only for accredited investors? You know why? Because the rich continue to get rich while the poor continue to stay poor. There are over 220,000 tokens, 99.99% of these are useless. The most useful token with a real purpose, XRP, is being attacked by everyone in this space. The big question to focus on: who wants XRP to fail? And you see here, I was offered $550 to say that Ripple is a scam. And I've seen that talked about in the past, people getting paid to come and FUD all over certain cryptocurrencies. Most of that money comes from Bitcoin maxis, or people who want you investing in meme coins to lose your money once they rug you. But I know as a YouTuber how enticing some things can be to people. Me, I look the other way all the time. I get messages on Twitter once in a while. I will give you $3,000 cash, and I'll give you so many shares of this garbage coin if you talk about it for 10 minutes. Why would I ever talk about something if somebody has to pay for hype? That coin is garbage to begin with, and I would never share any of it with you because there's no sense in it. You know, if I wouldn't invest in something, why would I want you to put your hard-earned money into something I know that's going to fail? For those that have doubts, only 4.5 million people out of 8 billion people in the world hold XRP. That's 0.00056 or 0.056% of people. Moral of the story is, stop you all damn crying. Understand that you are chosen. Accumulate if you can and watch the magic happen. And that's why people always say, why would they let all these XRP holders get rich? There's not a whole lot of us when you look at the size of the world, the 8 billion people in the world. And if a handful of us become multimillionaires off our investment, it's not that big of a deal. It's not earth shattering. Let's put it that way. That's why I always said you had to be chosen to invest in XRP. I believe you have to have vision to invest in it. People don't see what we see in it. Am I addressing the current state of Ripple correctly? So we see here, Ripple is a company that offers financial technology products to facilitate international payments. Xcurrent is a product which helps with messaging and payment channels. XRapid uses a digital currency called XRP to make international payments easier. XVia is a product that acts as an interface for business to integrate with these payment systems. All of these products are now part of a system called RippleNet, which allows people to make international payments using XRP and eliminates the need for certain agreements between parties. RippleNet has been expanding to many different countries, including Africa, Argentina, Belgium, Israel, Australia, Brazil, Singapore, the United Arab Emirates, and the United Kingdom. Ripple's products are now being used not just for international money transfers, but also for small businesses and e-commerce platforms that are friendly to digital currencies. That's why I said before, it goes beyond the big banks. You're going to see small business using XRP. You're going to see enterprise using XRP in the future as well. You know, I talked in previous videos how some countries are going to utilize RippleNet, but not XRP. But like David Schwartz said, that's at first. That gets Ripple in the door. Later, they'll start utilizing XRP. Eventually, if the company isn't using XRP, they'll be left behind other companies. So at some point, everyone's going to want to use the same token that we invest in, XRP. John Kerry will fly into Davos next week for the World Economic Forum annual Parasite Fest. He'll be there to ensure that net zero ideology continues at speed, impoverishing you while enriching them. We'll see you. Now, here's the thing. Everybody inside of crypto talks about this crypto going to Davos or that crypto. But what are we really celebrating? We're celebrating an event where they go and talk about how they want to get rid of all the people in the world. They want to push their climate change agenda as well. And that's why I said it's not surprising that these people fly there in their private jets while they don't want me or you to drive a car. The Crypto Climate Accord aims to decarbonize cryptocurrencies. Key objectives include enable all blockchains to be 100% renewable, provide open source accounting standard for measuring emissions, reach net zero emissions by 2040. Oh, so they moved it up 10 years. It used to be 2030. Now, this is coming from Ripple. The only thing I don't like about investing in XRP is the fact around climate change. But you know what? If Ripple wasn't tied to climate change, most likely it would get regulated out with the other cryptocurrencies that aren't green, because that's what the narrative is pushing into. I believe the World Economic Forum, when they talk about regulations, it's all centered around climate change. And that carbon credits that we're going to have to buy in the future to do things is the reason you have to enrich yourself before that happens. You have to be able to offset your carbon. Us just breathing is a problem to the World Economic Forum, let's face it. But that's where the future's headed. That's why when we invest in these cryptocurrencies, we're investing in technology of the future. We're investing in the cryptos that the elites are looking at. That's how I know these are the cryptos that are going to enrich all of us. With that said, I'm going to wrap up today's video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you watching my videos. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.